castrated bulls during the financial year 1991 and 91-92. District Animal Husbandry Office at Chaibasa, Ranchi, Palamu, Gumla, etc. and having received rupees 16,40,075 through 9 contingent bills. Stop. Fraudulently received. Stop. It is submitted that the trial court has discussed the role of the appellant and rendered its finding at paragraph 214 to 216 of the impugned judgment. Stop. However, considering the lesser gravity of offence and the maximum sentence of 3 years has been awarded, so and so. CBI counsel has opposed the prayer. Prosecution witness evidence, both oral and documentary, has been able to establish the case against the appellant. Having considered so and so, provisional bail is confirmed, 50% of the fine.
Subject to Milord's consideration, may I make certain submissions, Milord? Milord, in the light of order dated 5th of February 2003, the appellant has already deposited the entire alleged amount, Milords. Entire amount of rupees.
And counsel for the appellant submits that the appellant has deposited the entire fine amount.
Entire alleged amount.
Entire alleged amount.
To the tune of rupees 16,40,075 rupees, way back in the year 2003, Milords.
No, that's a separate thing, na? The fine amount is a separate thing.
Therefore, Milords, I was only for the purpose of, since I have already deposited the entire
submission have only. Very good.
Milords, one more submission, Milords, he is not the proprietor, Milords, he is said to be the proprietor of the said firm.
Alleged to be the proprietor.
Item criminal appeal 219/22. Mr.
एक मिनट रुकिए, ये सीरियल 6 में आईए नहीं फाइल किए हैं क्या?
नहीं है लॉर्ड।
अनिल कुमार सिन्हा जी
हुजूर नहीं फाइल किए हैं हुजूर, प्रेयर किए हैं मेमो ऑफ अपील में हुजूर, मेमो ऑफ अपील में प्रेयर किए और एनेक्सर 1 लगाए।
क्या दिक्कत है आपको फाइल करने में?
नहीं, गलती हम ही से गलती हुई हुजूर, हम नहीं समझ पाए इसीलिए नहीं फाइल किए।
नहीं, तब कैसे होगा? उसका सेपरेट प्रेयर सबको करना है फिर।
जी हुजूर, हम नहीं फाइल किए।
नहीं, तब तो आप डिफेक्ट रिमूव करिए, फिर डिफेक्ट रिमूव होगा तो 22 तारीख को होगा, आपको फिर से बेल लेना पड़ेगा।
जी हुजूर, हम आज ही फाइल कर लेंगे हुजूर।
आज फाइल करिएगा कोर्ट के सामने, अभी थोड़ी आ पाएगा।
नहीं, अभी तो नहीं आएगा हुजूर, लेकिन आज हम फाइल करेंगे हुजूर।
तो फिर लिख दीजिए उसमें अंडरटेक्स टू एडमिट एलसीआर करके फिर लिख दीजिए अंडरटेक्स।
14 से बंद हो जाएगा हुजूर कोर्ट।
हाँ, तो 22 को होगा, फिर आप जेल में जाइएगा, फिर निकलिएगा। ये तो आपको बताना चाहिए था ना, इतना सारा केस है।
जी हुजूर, 70 साल का आदमी है।
कोई बात नहीं, उस समय फिर होगा, आप पहले अंदर जाइए। जेल ऑर्डर को हटा करके 22 को रख लीजिए।
हम आज कर देंगे फाइल।
हाँ,
हम हुजूर आज फाइल कर देंगे।
Land counsel for the appellant submits that you would be filing a prayer for grant of confirmation of provisional bail today itself.
My lord, I will do that.
Item
yes, next.
Criminal appeal 219/2022. Solicitansu.
Appellant is manager of Magad Chemical Corporation. Judgment page 430, para 262, my lord.
430, para 262,
my lord. Accused number 84. Accused number 84, Ravinder Prasad, my lord.
Confirmation of provisional bail. Sentence part, then learned counsel for the appellant submits that the learned trial court has discussed the role of the appellant. क्या नाम है?
Ravinder Prasad, accused 84.
Appellant A84 within bracket at internal paragraph at paragraph 262 कहाँ तक? To to 264 of the impugned judgment. Stop. Appellant was the proprietor.
Manager of Magad.
Was the manager of Messrs. Magad Chemical Corporation, Bhagalpur, whose proprietrix was A83.
My lord.
Stop. The trial court has rendered an erroneous finding that the appellant was also responsible for in connivance with, in conspiracy with appellant number 883, his wife, involved in fraudulent supplies and to the animal husbandry department and availing fraudulent payments. Stop. However, considering the lesser gravity of the offence, a maximum sentence of 3 years has been awarded against the appellant by the learned trial court and provisional bail has been granted, which by order Dr. So-and-so, which may be confirmed. Then counsel for the CBI has opposed the prayer. Stop. He submits that both appellant number 83, the proprietrix, and her husband, the present appellant, were found to have made fraudulent supplies to the animal husbandry department during the subject period. Confirmed 50% of the fine amount.
Deeply obliged, my lord.
Item 11, Criminal Appeal 226 of 2022, Mr. Vishnu Kumar Sharma for the.
My lord. My lord, the Dr. Ramasir Singh accused, 68-year accused number, my lord. A provisional bail granted. Judgment page 299, my lord. Judgment page 299, para 110, serial 20, my lord. Serial 20.
अच्छा पैरा 110 में
110 में. Name as paid 300 appears. Serial 20, my lord. Dr. Ramasir Singh.
हाँ तो वो डॉक्टर वाले में जो लिखाए हैं ना वही फाइंडिंग्स ट्रायल कोर्ट का और सीबीआई का भी जो लिखा है वो प्रोविजनल बेल इज कंफर्म्ड 50% ऑफ द फाइन अमाउंट
Deeply obliged.
और वो उसमें हिज नेम अपीयर्स एट पैराग्राफ 110 एट सीरियल नंबर क्या है
20, my lord.
20 of the impugned judge.
Dr. Ramasir Singh, former block animal husbandry officer, Gumla, my lord.
He was the block animal husbandry officer Gumla during the subject period. Yes.
May I kindly admit, my lord?
ठीक है
हाँ जी, obliged.
कंफर्म आइए डिस्पोज ऑफ ऊपर में एडमिट एलसीआर वगैरह
From the daily
Yes.
call list, under the heading for orders with effect, item number 1, Criminal Appeal 152 of 2022, Mr. Kumar Vaibhav for the appeal.
Because the pending surviving defect may kindly be ignored. It is regarding running page 152. That's a defect in the impugned judgment copy.
This is Ram Prakash Ram,
Dr. Ram Prakash Ram.
152. Intimation regarding surrender you have given.
Milords, I have filed the order of confirming my granting me provisional bail. Milords, with the
Surviving
IA.
defect number 7 is ignored as learned counsel for the appellant Mr. Kumar Vaibhav submits that the certified copy of the order granting provisional bail has been filed. And there are 2 more defects.
Milords, one is regarding page 152 that may kindly be ignored, Milords. That is a defect with the impugned judgment itself, Milords.
That is defect number.
Milords, these defects were not available on the website, so Milords, I could check it. There's some technical error I was told by the CPC.
The other defect relating to the page numbering or what?
Milords, numbering I have already, my clerk has collected, Milords. One defect is regarding page one, running page 152. Milords, there is a portion missing in the impugned judgment. If Milords is running page 152.
Here it is indicated as page number 123. Appears to be incomplete.
Milords, that may kindly be ignored, Milords. That is the running page of internal page of the judgment, my lords. That is only
You
page
have filed an IA for
My lords, I have filed an IA for confirmation of provisional.
surviving defect number 91, which relates to the copy of the impugned judgment supplied by the learned trial court is also ignored. Stop. Then counsel for the appellant further submits that defect number 93 has been removed by filing interlocutory application. Yes, you are also doctor.
Because I am also doctor, my lords. My role is discussed in para 110 at internal page 299 of the judgment. I am at serial number 4, accused number 117.
Serial number 4, para 110, and posted as
My lords, posted at Palamu and Jamshedpur. DA, District Animal Husbandry Officer, Palamu and Jamshedpur.
DAHO, Palamu and Jamshedpur
Jamshedpur, my lords.
during the subject period. वही जो डॉक्टर के केस में लिख रहे थे सेम एडमिट एनसीआर फिर वो प्रेयर फॉर कंफर्मेशन थ्रू आई सो एंड सो देन सेंटेंस पार्ट और फिर ये जो है इनका his role is discussed at para 110 serial number so and so stuff. He was a doctor, appellant was a doctor at DHO at so and so place. फिर वो डॉक्टर के केस में जो लिखे हैं वही लिखिए सीबीआई के आर्गुमेंट का भी वही लिखिए प्रोविजनल बेल कंफर्म 50% of the fine amount.
Obliged, my lords.
Item 2, Criminal Appeal 153 of 2022, Mr. Vishnu Kumar Sharma for the appellant. Unmute कर लें Mr. Vishnu Sharma जी, unmute कर लें.
माय लॉर्ड सॉरी,
पैरा 110 है, दो डिफेक्ट है आपका.
जो डिफेक्ट में जजमेंट का कॉपी जो दिया बहुत फेंट दिया हुजूर, तो फिर भी कागज हमने फाइल कर दिया है, तो मैं काइंडली इग्नोर माय लॉर्ड.
जजमेंट का कॉपी का नहीं है, ये है दूसरा. ये है फादर्स नेम एंड एड्रेस ऑफ द एपेलेंट इन पेज 1 एंड वकालतनामा डिफर्स.
ये सब आप कर दिया था जी, करेक्ट कर दिया था इसे.
पेज 1 और वकालतनामा में जो डिफरेंस था उसको करेक्ट कर दिए हैं.
जैसा इन्फॉर्म किया है जूनियर हुजूर की कर दिया है सब डिफेक्ट.
वैसे बोलने से नहीं होगा,
जी
आप 13 तारीख तक कर दीजिए.
जी, तो ये प्रोविजनल बिल नहीं हुजूर.
अच्छा, ये तो फिर होगा बाद में. फिर
जी हुजूर,
तो
ये बाद में किया गया हुजूर.
undertakes to remove the following surviving defects within a week of which to place the file. If the defects are removed, list it under the heading, appropriate heading thereafter. ठीक है.
Item 3, Criminal Appeal 154 of 2022,
इसमें जजमेंट पेज का डिफेक्ट था हुजूर, मैं काइंडली इग्नोर.
District name of appellant may be stated at वकालतनामा. इसको भी एक वीक में कर दीजिए जो भी है.
जजमेंट का इग्नोर कर दिया जाए, बाकी हम कर देंगे हुजूर. जजमेंट से रिलेटेड जो डिफेक्ट उसको मैं काइंडली इग्नोर.
Defect, counsel for the appellant submits that he would remove the surviving defects except 9(4)
माय
by he would be removing the surviving defect number 93 within 1 week. Stop. However, he
कर
submits that.
दिया जो 22 को अब चढ़ेगा, 15 छुट्टी हो जो.
हाँ, तो
विदिन 2 वीक्स में प्रेयर
नहीं,
वो
आप
20 वीक में कर देंगे जो.
कितने दिन चाहिए आपको?
छुट्टी है 14 15 16 17 तक हो जो. 17
तो 16 तक तो हुई. ये आपको एक वीक का मतलब जब वो छुट्टी एक्सपायर करेगा तब आपका उस दिन तक करने का होगा.
तो ठीक है, लाइव
के पहले ही कर दीजिए आप.
कर देंगे. आज जजमेंट से मैं काइंडली इग्नोर हो जो. पेजेस फेंट है, ये मैं काइंडली इग्नोर.
नहीं तो पेजेस तो इसमें कई ठो लिख
फाइल
रहे
कर
हैं. However, he submits that the surviving defect relating to the copy of the order supplied by the learned trial court may be ignored as there is some error in the pagination, as also the name of the appellant. Stop. Having regard to the aforesaid submission, these two surviving defects are ignored. If the defects are removed, if the surviving defect is removed, please treat under admission.
माय लॉर्ड, इसमें 2 में भी हुजूर में काइंडली कंसीडर जजमेंट से रिलेटेड अपील नंबर 153 में भी हुजूर मे काइंडली इग्नोर जजमेंट रिलेटेड डिफेक्ट.
हाँ, तो हो तो गया, इग्नोर कर दिए, सिर्फ एक ही आपको करना है, बाकी जजमेंट रिलेटेड इग्नोर हो गया.
जी हुजूर, ऑब्लाइज.
Item 4, criminal appeal number 156 of 2022, Mr. Vishnu Kumar Sharma.
माय लॉर्ड,
इसमें भी 2-3 डिफेक्ट हैं.
मैं प्रेयर में काइंडली ओनली इग्नोर द जजमेंट रिलेटेड डिफेक्ट्स माय लॉर्ड.
कौन सा है? 156. हाँ, सेम इसमें भी है, उसको इग्नोर कर दिया. ये आपका पहला वाला जो था ना,
जी हुजूर,
उसका जो अभी हम लिखा है ना, वो पहले वाले का एक्चुअली हुआ, वो हमसे अभी वाले का दिख रहा था. इसके पहले वाले में लिख दीजिए, ये आप नहीं 156 में आप उसको कर दीजिए जो अभी कॉल हुआ है. 154 में लिखिए, then counsel for the appellant undertakes to 19 to 22. देखो 19. 19 to 22 ये जजमेंट किस बात का है? हाँ, उसका इग्नोर कर दीजिए. फिर तो आपका इग्नोर हो गया.
जी हुजूर,
154 जो है उसमें इग्नोर हो गया.
जी हुजूर, ऑब्लाइज.
Because the defects relate to the copy of the impugned judgment supplied by the learned trial court. तो आप
मे काइंडली एडमिट माय लॉर्ड.
एडमिट कॉल फॉर एलसीआर उसमें कर दीजिए. और ये 4 जो अभी कॉल हुआ था ना, उसमें पहले वाले का ऑर्डर है.
इग्नोर 153 हुआ हुजूर.
हाँ हाँ, इग्नोर नहीं मतलब
153.
हाँ, 4 में जो पहले ऑर्डर किए थे ना, वही सारा डिफेक्ट था. वो गलती से देखने में हम,
जी हुजूर. और 154 में हुजूर
वो आप ऑर्डर शीट देख लीजिएगा ना.
जो ऑब्लाइज ऑलराइट माय लॉर्ड, जी ऑब्लाइज.
Item 5, criminal appeal 174 of 2022, Mr. Saurabh.
May it please, my lords. There are 2 defects, perhaps, my lord. I gather 2 defects. One is in relation to the judgments, and second in relation.
ये execution of appellant at वकालतनामा differs from his name spelling at page number 1 and वकालतनामा. इसको आप 13 तारीख तक रिमूव कर दीजिए.
Yes, my lord. I undertake to remove, my lord.
Undertakes to remove the following surviving defect by 13th.
And my lord,
उसके बाद लिखिए admit LCR, फिर वो prayer for confirmation of provisional bail, फिर sentence part. अब बताइए आपका कौन पैराग्राफ में है?
my lord, I am, my lord, Commissioner Income Tax Ranchi from the year 1994-1996. My case has been discussed at paragraph number 301 to paragraph 304 from internal page 455 onwards.
455. And counsel for the appellant submits that the role of the appellant has been discussed by the learned trial court at paragraph 301 to
304, my lord.
304 of the impugned judgment. Stop. The appellant was A161 within bracket was the Commissioner Income Tax Ranchi during the period 1994 to 1996. Stop. It is alleged that as in charge of Dhanbad, Jamshedpur, Bokaro and Ranchi range of income tax, that he was also in charge of Dhanbad, Jamshedpur, Bokaro and Ranchi range of income tax. The allegation against this appellant was that he had made frantic efforts to dispose of the income tax assessment of Dr. S.B. Sinha and his wife Srimati Rama Sinha. and received illegal gratification as well. Stop. However, considering the gravity of the offence, a lesser punishment sentence of 3 years has been awarded to him by the learned trial court and provisional bail has been granted by order dated so and so 15 February 2022, which may be confirmed. Stop. When CBI counsel has opposed the prayer, he submits that the appellant in his capacity as the Commissioner of Income Tax was in conspiracy with the accused suppliers in disposing of their assessments without proper inquiries and examination of the return files, ITRs. Stop. Having considered so and so, provisional bail is confirmed, 50% of the fine amount.
Item 6, Criminal Appeal 197 of 2022, Mr. Ronak Sahib for the plaintiff.
I'm appearing for the appellant in this matter, Your Lordship. There are 3 surviving defects, Your Lordship. Undertake to remove by 13.
ये है serial 6, Dr. Kamal Kishore,
Dr. Kamal Kishore Saran.
197.
So, we have already found the missing pieces, yes, Lordship.
Counsel for the appellant undertakes to remove the following surviving defect by 13th of April 2022. Office to place the file. Admit call for lower court records in connection with so and so. Prayer for confirmation of sentence. Then sentence.
Provisional bail, Your Lordship.
Confirmation of provisional bail. Sorry.
And the doctor on finding is that at paragraph number 110, Your Lordship.
Serial number.
Serial number 26, accused number 151. On the next page, page 300. Internal page 299 is the finding against the doctors. And I have read as at serial number 26, the next page, accused number 151.
Accused number 151 और कहाँ थे आप posted?
I was posted as Assistant Director Poultry Khunti.
Assistant Director Poultry.
Khunti.
What is the role assigned to you?
Lordship.
Role assigned to you?
Role assigned to I have issued the receiving certificates.
Okay. Same. Certified the receipt of fraudulent supplies. Provisional bail is confirmed, 50% of the fine amount.
Obviously, Lordship.
Item number 7, Criminal Appeal 239 of 2022, Mr. Ronak Sahib for the plaintiff.
In this case, Lordship, I am appearing. He is a supplier, and I undertake to remove the defects by 13, Lordship.
Okay. Undertakes to remove the following surviving defects by 13th April. Office to place the file. Then IA number so and so for confirmation of provisional bail. Then conviction and sentence part. Then
My
where is
discussion is at page number, internal page 386, paragraph number 200, Your Lordship.
386.
Running page 397.
397. Internal page 386.
Yes, internal page 386.
Paragraph.
It is the proprietor of the paragraph number 200.
Acha, yes.
Proprietor from Messrs. PN Enterprises, Ranchi.
Counsel for the appellant submits that the role of the appellant, who was A43, who was a proprietor of Messrs. PN Enterprises, Ranchi, and is discussed at internal paragraph 200, at paragraph 200 to 200
That's it.
of the impugned judgment. Stop. He was alleged to have made supplies of firm of Kud, Sakarkan, Marwa, etc. to GCF Hotwar and PBF Hotwar during the financial year 1994-95 and obtained fraudulent payments. Stop. He was also alleged.
There is only an allegation of that I have not supplied the material worth rupees 4,42,000 itself. The Lordship in that paragraph itself, paragraph 200.
It is submitted
As per
that
charge sheet, an amount of.
As per the charge sheet also, 96% materials had been supplied and
Yes.
only 4% had not been supplied.
Correct, your lordship.
Stop. Considering the lesser gravity of the offence, a maximum sentence of 3 years has only been awarded upon him, and the learned trial court has granted provisional bail which may be confirmed. When counsel for the CBI has opposed the prayer, he submits that the appellant being supplier has obtained fraudulent payments against fake supplies from his firm. Stop. 50. Provisional bill confirmed, 50% of the fine amount. Admit LCR waiver.
No place, your lordship.
Now, thereafter, the provisional bail matter starts from serial 35. 35 के बाद 37 and then 39 to 46.
Item 35, criminal appeal 170 of 2022, Mr. Kripa Shankar Nanda for the appellant.
Yes, who appears in 35? Kripa Shankar Nanda.
Yes, sir. Hello.
हाँ. और राकेश गांधी. अच्छा, कहाँ पर है आपका रेफरेंस?
कौन कॉल बोले? 35.
Mr. Nanda.
Yes, my lord.
This case has been called out.
Serial number?
35.
35. राकेश गांधी.
Yes.
कहाँ पर है आपका केस? ये केस किस पैराग्राफ में?
मतलब serial 35 first case.
हाँ हाँ.
Accused number.
पहले कर दीजिए.
Accused number 64, my lord.
Accused number 64.
64, and his matter has been discussed. Let's say
वही जो रखा है.
it pays. It's page number 459, running page 459, and internal page 411.
411.
Yes. Rakesh Gandhi alias Sunil Gandhi. Accused number 60.
And counsel for the appellant submits that the role of the appellant A64,
Proprietor of Magad District.
writer of Messrs. Magad Distributors Patna, has been discussed by the learned trial court at internal pages 233 to 235 of the impugned judgment. He was alleged to have made assumed fictitious name
Yes, ma'am.
and raised bills for supply of veterinary medicines and receiving fraudulent payment of rupees 20,30,724. Stop. The trial court, however, considering the lesser gravity of the offence, has been pleased to award a maximum sentence of 3 years only against the penal provisions and under the relevant penal provisions and granted provisional bail which may be confirmed. The counsel for the CBI has opposed the prayer. He submits that the prosecution evidence, both oral and documentary, has been able to successfully establish the charges against the appellant. Stop. On consideration, so and so, confirmed provisional bail confirmed 50% of the fine amount.
All right.
Now item 37.
Item 37, Criminal Appeal number 172 of 2022. Mr. Vishnu Kumar Sharma for the appeal.
My lord, judgment page 421, my lord.
एक सेकंड
Madan Mohan Pathak, accused number 75, my lord.
एक मिनट रुकिए एडमिट एलसीआर करिए पहले प्रेयर फॉर कंफर्मेशन फिर ऑफ कन्विक्शन एंड सेंटेंस पार्ट फिर इनका लिखिए एलन काउंसिल फॉर द एपेलेंट सबमिट्स दैट the role of the appellant has been discussed by the learned trial court at paragraph
421, 247,
247
page
impugned
421.
internal page
Internal 421, Madan Mohan Pathak.
420
Internal page 421.
एक मिनट at para 247 of the impugned judgment. Stop. Appellant was the partner of Mr. Swarnrekha Medical Agency Ranchi with one other partner who was a sleeping partner. Stop. An allegation as per the charge sheet, an amount of rupees 36 lakhs and odd was fraudulently received against fake supplies by the petitioner's firm, appellant's firm. Stop. Our trial court, CBI court has, considering the lesser gravity of the offence, imposed a maximum sentence of 3 years under the relevant penal provisions. Stop. It has therefore granted provisional bail to the appellant, which may be confirmed. Learned counsel for the CBI has opposed the prayer, submits that the case of the prosecution has been successfully established through oral and documentary evidence. Having considered so and so, provisional bail is confirmed, 50% of the fine amount.
Deeply obliged, my lord.
Item number 39, Criminal Appeal number 176 of 2022.
Your Lordship, I am appearing for the appellant.
Yes.
Appellant is a supplier, Lordship. His role is discussed at para 236, internal page 413, A67.
Internal page 413.
Yes, Your Lordship.
पहले admit LCR, फिर prayer for confirmation, फिर वो third paragraph, sentence and conviction. Fill it. And counsel for the appellant submits that the appellant was a supplier.
Yes, Lord.
Stop. The role of the appellant, page 413. क्या नाम है इनका?
Sharat Kumar, A67.
अच्छा हाँ. The role of the appellant A67 and other accused A65, A66, A7109, Dr. G.S. Prasad, the then DHO Ranchi and Chaibasa, are discussed under paragraph 236 to
240.
240 of the impugned judgment. Stop. The appellant were partners and others were partners of firm Messrs. Birsa Livestock Feeds and Additives,
Yes, Lord.
whose, stop, as per this case of the prosecution, the appellant used to look after the affairs of the firm and through fraudulent supplies obtained payment worth rupees 7,14,000.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Stop. It is submitted that the learned trial court, however, considering the lesser gravity of the offence, has imposed a maximum sentence of 3 years only. Again, under the relevant penal provisions. Stop. It has also been pleased to grant provisional bail by order dated so and so, which may be confirmed. Learned counsel for the CBI has opposed the prayer. He submits that the prosecution has been able to successfully establish the charge both through oral and documentary evidence. Stop. Having considered so and so, provisional bail confirmed 50% of the fine amount.
Oblige, Your Lordship.
Item 40, Criminal Appeal 177 of 2020, Mr. Apurva for the appellant.
Your Lordship, he's the doctor. His discussion has
Posted, para 110.
Yes, Your Lordship. Assistant Director Poultry, Chaibasa.
Assistant Director, Poultry, Chaibasa. Allegation, finding is of certifying the false.
Yes, Your Lordship. Yes, Your Lordship. Para 110, name at serial 5.
Serial 5. Accused number?
Accused number A119.
119. And counsel for the appellant, admit LCR, prayer for confirmation, then conviction and sentence, then counsel for the appellant submits that the appellant was the Assistant Director Poultry at Hotwar, Chaibasa during the subject period A119. His role has been discussed under para 110 in the impugned judgment along with other doctors and veterinary officers, doctors/veterinary officers of the Animal Husbandry Department. Stop. It was alleged that the appellant was responsible in certifying fake vouchers against which fraudulent supplies have been obtained by the suppliers. Stop. However, considering the gravity of the offence, a maximum sentence of 3 years has been awarded by the learned trial court, which may be confirmed. And provisional bail has been granted, which may be confirmed. Learned CBI counsel has opposed the prayer. Same next sentence, 50% of the fine.
Oblige.
Item 41, Criminal Appeal 178 of 2022, Mr. Sankananda for the appellant.
I am appearing, my lord. My case is discussed in running page 465 and internal page 417. Accused number 68.
Accused number?
68.
68.
Discussed in internal page 417.
Paragraph?
Paragraph number 241.
241. Supplier?
Yes, my lord, supplier.
LCR, confirmation, offence and sentence, learned counsel for the appellant. Conviction and sentence. Learned counsel for the appellant submits that the role of the appellant 417. A68.
Yes, ma'am. A68, page 407.
Writer of Messrs. Nayan Pharmaceutical, Patna, has been discussed by the learned trial court at paragraph 241 to 243 of the impugned judgment. Stop. Appellant, the learned trial court has erroneously held that the appellant has obtained fraudulent payments against false invoices and fake supplies of medicines to DHO Ranchi, Humla and Daltonganj during the period 1991-92 and 93-94. Stop. The alleged fraudulent supplies were, alleged fraudulent payments were to the tune of rupees 11,75,000 on odd. Stop. However, considering the gravity of the offence, the learned CBI court has granted so and so, which may be confirmed. Same 50% of the fine amount.
Item 42, Criminal Appeal 179 of 2022.
IA number so and so for confirmation, then conviction and sentence. Yes. Which paragraph?
Paragraph number 209, internal page 392.
392, accused number
49.
A49. Supplier
Yes, no, supplier.
392. The role of the appellant, a proprietor of Messrs. Trishul Enterprises Ranchi, A49, has been discussed at paragraph 209 to 212 of the impugned judgment by the learned CBI court. Right, 212,
9 to 10 years. 10.
210. 209 and 210.
Yes.
Stop. It is alleged the petitioner was, the learned trial court has erroneously convicted the appellant for having made fraudulent supplies during the financial year 1991 to 1993-94 through his firm of GNC and fish meal worth rupees 42,05,942,
And out of
against
the
which
7 lakh was
amount of
fraudulent.
rupees 7,69,760 was only found as fraudulent supplies during investigation. Stop. Considering the lesser gravity of the offence, maximum sentence of so and so.
Item 43, Criminal Appeal 180 of 2022, Mr. Kripashankar Nanda.
Accused number 100.
Accused number 1.
100, my lord.
It's a 100.
Discusses page number 441, internal page, para 281.
Page 441
Yes, internal page.
or para
281 and 282. And 283, 284.
Rajan Mehta. Page first you have 3 paragraph के बाद, then counsel for the appellant submits that the role of the appellant has been discussed by the learned trial court at paragraph 281 and 282 of the impugned judgment. Stop. It is submitted that the appellant
Partner.
A100 was a partner of Messrs. Asian Breeders Delhi, 88 and A99 have been accused of raising false bills for alleged supply of instruments like surgical instruments and surgical instruments. Surgical instruments, artificial insemination kit, etc. during the period 1993-94 and 1994-95, and having withdrawn rupees 60 lakhs 80,000 and odd through contingent bills in a fraudulent manner. Stop. When counsel for the appellant further submits that the trial court has returned an erroneous finding against the present appellant, though the prosecution evidence has not been able to substantiate the charges. However, considering the lesser gravity of the offence, so and so, maximum sentence of 3 years and granted provisional bail which may be confirmed 50% of the fine amount. Provisional bail confirmed.
Item 44, criminal appeal 210 of 2022.
Matter of this appellant is discussed at page number 419, accused number 70, para 244.
Para 244.
Yes, madam.
Nahi.
244 and 245 also.
244 and 245. And counsel for the appellant submits that the case of the appellant has been discussed by the learned trial court. Appellant, who was the proprietrix of Mr. Sri Shankar Drug House, Ranchi, has been discussed at para 244 to 246 of the impugned judgment. Stop. It has come during evidence that the affairs of the firm, including its management, was taken care of by her husband, A71, since deceased. Stop. The firm was alleged to have received rupees 85,29,421 as fraudulent payment without any supply of medicine. Stop. When a trial court has, however, considering the lesser gravity offence against this appellant, the lesser gravity of offence and the evidence as against this appellant, convicted her for the aforesaid offences and imposed a maximum sentence of 3 years only. Stop. The provisional bail granted by the learned trial court may be confirmed. 50%. Yes, next.
Item 45, criminal appeal 211 of 2022.
Was a doctor and working as a TBOM Daltonganj at the relevant time. Accused number 124 and matter has been
Accused number?
My lord.
Accused number?
Accused number 124, A124.
अच्छा, and para 110.
Yes, my lord.
Serial number?
Serial number 8.
8. और क्या किस कैपेसिटी में थे? TVMO.
TBOM, Technical Veterinary Officer M.
Technical Veterinary Officer M.
Yes, ma'am.
Where?
Daltonganj.
Daltonganj. वही certifying fake invoices.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
तो वो डॉक्टर का जो सेट ऑर्डर है वही इसमें भी होगा और सीबीआई के काउंसिल का जवाब भी। और इनका 46 वाले में इनका कितना सीरियल नंबर?
46 वाला 46 में इनका सीरियल है A120, accused number A20.
Accused number
A120.
120.
Yes, ma'am.
Same para 110.
Yes.
और क्या पोस्टेड थे कहाँ पे?
जितेंद्र कुमार श्रीवास्तव.
सबसे पहले
You are posted as former project officer, Ranchi, and ADP Poultry Farm Khunti, serial number 6.
हाँ, क्या बोल रहे हैं? क्या पोस्टेड कैसे थे?
Former project officer Hotwar Ranchi.
Project officer Hotwar Ranchi and
ADP Poultry Farm Khunti.
ADP.
Additional Director Purchase Poultry Farm Khunti.
Additional Director Purchase Poultry Farm कहाँ?
Khunti.
खूंटी.
सीरियल नंबर 6 में है जो इनका नाम.
हाँ, वो डॉक्टर के रिलेशन में जो सेट ऑर्डर है वही इसमें भी होगा. फॉर्मर मत लिखिएगा, फॉर्मर अभी लिखा हुआ है उसमें. या ठीक है, लिख सकते हैं फॉर्मर. 50% दोनों में फाइन अमाउंट, प्रोविजनल बेल कंफर्म. सारा प्रोविजनल बिल हो गया ना?
हो गया।
आप लोग एक ही दिन में सारा ऐड कर दिए, हालांकि हम भी नहीं
लास्ट वीक में कोट नहीं हुआ था जो नंबर पढ़ने में 25 डेज लगा है। हम लोग फाइल बहुत पहले किए थे। 25 डेज हैज टेकन टू गिव रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर, दैट इज व्हाई इट इज नॉट गिवन।
Let me have a break for 5 minutes so that I can resume my.
कोर्ट मास्टर साहब, कोर्ट मास्टर साहब, वो अपना क्वेश्चन खुद बोलते करेगा। कोर्ट मास्टर साहब, ये सीरियल नंबर 27 और 31 में क्या हुआ?
कितना नंबर में पूछ रहे हैं सर?
27 और 31।
37 में एडमिट एलसीआर बेल हो गया और
27 सर।
27 6-5 को रहेगा। 6-5
और 31
22-4
कुछ ऑर्डर उसमें उस तरह का हुआ है क्या?
डेट पड़ा।
मेरा अपीयरेंस मार्क कर दीजिए स्टेट की तरफ से
भेज दीजिए।
सीएम साहब सीरियल नंबर 10 में एक चार्ट मेल किया हूँ।
अच्छा,
एक
कोर्ट मास्टर साहब, कोर्ट मास्टर साहब,
बोलिए बोलिए।
ये कौन सा सीरियल अभी टेक अप होगा फर्स्ट?
नोटिफाइड केस होगा।
सॉरी,
नोटिफाइड केस है एक, वही कॉल।
अच्छा, और सीरियल 8 कब कॉल होगा उसके बाद?
हाँ जी।
ओके,
आपका मिसेस चैताली मैडम,
हाँ बोलिए।
आपका डेट पड़ गया, उस समय आप नहीं थी।
अच्छा,
पहले ही में 22/4 को रहे।
22/4 को रहेगा उसमें।
हाँ, कंपनी पिटीशन।
ये पे डेट हो गया कैसे सर?
22/4, हाँ।
सीपी 22/4 को रहेगा?
हाँ।
मतलब क्यों, उस समय हम तो थे ऑनलाइन, हमको समझ ही नहीं आया कब कॉल हो गया।
ठीक है, ओके, थैंक यू।
यस, ये एक सप्लीमेंट्री में नोटिफाई हुआ है इसको कॉल।
Yes. Notified case under the heading for orders with defect. Item 1, criminal appeal 254 of 2022. Mrs. Jasminda Mamdar for the appellant.
Your Lordship, there are two defects. I'll just file an inspection slip and remove the defect, Your Lordship. Defect is name of the appellant does not tally with the Wakalatnama execution. And second is the name of the appellant at page 17 of the IE mentioned differently from page 22, Your Lordship. I'll just file the inspection slip and remove the defect, Your Lordship. Today itself. Now,
where is your role discussed?
The role discussed is at page 464, Your Lordship. Accused number 82, paragraph 258, Your Lordship.
Paragraph 258.
Yes, Your Lordship. Page 464.
462.
464, Your Lordship.
464. Then counsel for the appellant undertakes to remove the following surviving defects by 13th April 2022. Office to place the file. फिर admit LCR. फिर has prayed for confirmation of provisional bail made through I number so and so. The conviction and sentence. The learned counsel for the appellant submits that the role of the appellant has been discussed by the learned trial court at paragraph 255.
258, Your Lordship.
58 of the 258.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Of the impugned judgment. Page 464.
Yes, Your Lordship.
It is submitted that. नहीं आप इंटरनल पेज बताइए।
इंटरनल पेज जजमेंट है, Your Lordship. Page 428, Your Lordship. Page 428.
428. हाँ. The appellant was the proprietrix of the firm Messrs. R.K. Bhagat and Company, whose affairs were looked after by another accused, her husband, A57. Stop. It is alleged that the the firm had made supply of medicines worth rupees 11,25,000 and odd to AHD Ranchi, out of which rupees 2,83,741 was established as fraudulent withdrawal. Stop. He submitted that the trial court has, considering the gravity of the offence, imposed a lesser sentence of 3 years only and granted provisional bail to the appellant by order dated so and so, which may be confirmed. And counsel for the CBI has opposed the prayer. Submit that the prosecution has been able to successfully establish the charges. Stop. 50% of the fine amount, provisional bail confirmed. Yes, now
Oblige, Your Lordship.
how many suspension?
There were two cases at serial number 33 and 34. But it was coming for the first time in the admission, and also the LCR may be called for that. So.
हो चुका है
उसमें हो चुका है ये
Serial 33 and 34.
हाँ एडमिट LCR हो चुका है
जी जी. Oblige, Your Lordship.
अच्छा now who is for the union CBI Mr. Ronak
No, my lords, I'm appearing for the CBI.
Hamid
My lords.
okay so in the suspension matters
My lords.
you have got instructions about the period of custody in how many matters?
My lords, we have got instructions with regard to serial number 9.
No, total 17 matters.
17 matters. In total, 17 matters.
17 matters.
Yes.
Out of which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perhaps 12 appear to have completed half custody.
Yes, my lord. It seems so.
Any counter affidavit has not been filed by the CBI in any of these cases?
No, my lords. No counter affidavit has been filed, my lords.
Giving the details of the custody, etc.
No, my lords. We have not filed the counter affidavit. But if your lordship directs me, I will file it, my lords. We'll get the certified copy from the jail authorities, and then subsequently, by annexing that certified copy, we'll file the counter affidavit.
Well, we had served them in this matter, in Lalu Prashad's matter. Item 10, we had already served them. In fact, your Lordship's order on the 11th of March says that if they wish to file a counter, they should file a counter. Then, on the 28th of March, we gave them the table also. Now, this is like prolonging my custody for no reason at all. And we've given all the orders, certified copies of the orders. And
No, I was not talking about an individual case. I was just trying to get a view as to in which matters there is an undisputed half period of custody. That means also acknowledged by the CBI.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All I'm saying is, they must tell us if they are disputing the custody in our case. They must tell us why. They should have filed a counter by now.
In serial 16, my lords, it is undisputed. Serial 16 have annexed the certified copies to show the custodial period, my lords. He's a doctor and
क्या अच्छा वो इसका हिसाब से अच्छा ठीक है
I'm talking about 10. If they are not disputing or they are disputing, they must tell us.
So,
Manas, actually in serial number 10, in Lalu Prasad Yadav's case, the CBI has given us the SOF. The statement of fact has been given to us last night only, and we intend to file counter affidavit in this present case. Only with regard to...
So, I'll just call myself one by one, and which I'll just try to make a small note in my list as to which of the appellants claim to have half custody. Say serial number 9, Krishna Mohan Prasad, Mr. Abhishek.
Yes, my lord, we have completed, my lord, and we have filed the certified copy of the order sheet, my lord, of the court below to show with respect to our custody period, my lord.
Very
Yes,
well.
my lord, not disputed.
Very well. In item 10, also it is
Well,
claimed that
yes, brothers, we are claiming we have given certified copies of all the orders. We've also given a table, brothers. We've calculated the months that he was in custody. All that is there, brothers. Half the sentence is completed.
very well.
My lord, we are disputing with regard to Lalu Prasad Yadav's case. My lord.
Very well.
It is- yes,
Just wait. Item 11, Rishi Pallav.
Yes, my lord, in this case also we have supplied the certified copy of the learned code below along with the jail's certificate that we have completed half of the sentence.
Very well.
To our records, my lord, it's a few days.
Mr. Sahai, you please wait. I'm asking the appellant's counsel as to if they are, in some of the matters, it may be that half custody may not be there, or even from the appellant's claim also.
Indeed.
In item 12, Saurabh.
Yes, my lord. I have provided the tabular format, my lords, as well as the documents certifying my half custody.
So half is over in your case also.
Yes, my lords.
In item 13, Mr. Nanda.
Yes, my lord, I have also completed half of the sentence. I have filed the documents provided by jail showing my completion of half of the sentence,
Very well.
as well as order sheet of the court.
In item 14, Mr.
Also,
Nanda.
my lord. Same, my lord.
Same.
Yes.
In item 15 also.
Yes, my lord.
Achha, by the way, you have taken into account the period of custody spent under other convictions also?
No. In this case only, my lord.
This case only.
No,
In
not
this
on
case
production,
only.
only on custody. In this case.
Okay. 16, Mr. Mehta, you say half
Yes.
custody.
Half custody. I have given a table. I have annexed the certified copy. Paragraph 5. I have said I have consumed 2 years and 27 days as on date. So I have completed.
So
4
you
years.
have the proof also.
Yes, I have the proof which I have annexed as Annexure 1.
Okay. 17.
17 milords, I have mentioned at paragraph 27 milords that I have also completed more than half of the sentence milords.
No,
But the proof I have not annexed milords.
Half, but no proof.
Not proof milords. The statement is there milords. The details.
Now, 18, Ms. Vani or Ashish.
Yes, my lord.
What's your claim? Half custody?
My lord, I filed supplementary affidavit also that he has completed more than half sentence, my lord. At paragraph 2, I have stated, my lord.
Proof.
I also annex the documents, your lordship. Documents I will also annex, your lordship.
Proof है, documents है, certified copy, etc. jail certificate. Yes.
ऑर्डर भी चला है, हम लोग कब तक रिमांड में रहे हैं, रिमांड लिया गया है, उनको कब निकले सब कुछ लगा दिए।
ठीक है। Mr. Samir, Saurabh.
Yes, Lordship, I have annexed the certificate of jail authority and during pendency of this appeal.
Okay, half custody over. And this one, item 20, Mr. Ankit.
Lords, half custody is over, lords, but we have not enclosed the documents.
Okay. Gauri Shankar Prasad, Mr. Apurv.
Lordship, I am appearing in this case. Half custody is over, Your Lordship, but we have not filed any document stating this.
No document.
But
Very well. Abhishek in item 22.
My lord, the documents has not been annexed, but the appellant has served more than half of the maximum sentence imposed upon him. The proof has not been annexed. That is subject to verification by the other side.
Yes. Item 23, who is appearing?
I'm appearing for item 23, my lord. He has not completed, my lord. 22 months only in place of 24 months.
Not completed.
Not completed. As per my.
So, इसमें तो फिर 23 में ऐसा करिए, then you will wait for 2 months.
Lord, my only contention, Lord, your last order, Lordship has asked for the medical report from the jail authorities, my lord. May I kindly see the last order, my lord?
Acha, I will go through that. Let that file be taken up.
Oblige.
And item 24, who appears? Vishnu Sharma. Mr. Vishnu Sharma, what about
My lord, he has Rajinder Hari.
He
has already completed more than half of the sentence, 25 months, my lord.
Any proof annexed?
My lord?
प्रूफ लगाए कोई सर्टिफाइड कॉपी
तो
वगैरह?
ये नेक्स्ट नहीं किया, स्टेटमेंट किए हैं हुजूर।
स्टेटमेंट दिए, नो प्रूफ।
पैरा 20 में माई
इसको
सबमिशन
छोड़िए
पैरा
अभी
20
अभी
ऑफ माई पिटीशन।
अभी फिर देखते हैं अभी। आइटम 25 में कौन है? मिस्टर प्रकाश सहाय, मिस्टर प्रकाश कुमार सहाय, एनीवन appearing? अच्छा, देन आइटम 36 मिस्टर विष्णु शर्मा।
माय लॉर्ड,
इसमें क्या है पोजीशन?
इसमें माय लॉर्ड, may kindly admit this application is also completed more than half of the sentence, my lord.
अच्छा, ये एडमिट करने का है?
जी जो
एडमिट कर चुके हैं, ये एडमिट एलसीआर कर चुके हैं सुबह 10:30 बजे।
He completed more than half of the sentence, my lord. मुकेश
ठीक
कुमार।
है, तो एडमिट एलसीआर के बाद प्रेयर विल बी कंसीडर्ड ऑन द नेक्स्ट डे।
My lord.
और ये आइटम 38 में कौन है? वो भी आप ही का है।
My lord.
इसमें क्या पोजीशन है?
Doctor, my lord, he also completed more than half of the sentence.
इसमें भी एडमिट एलसीआर करना है ना?
जी जी।
ये आइटम 38 में भी एलसीआर कर चुके हैं। अच्छा,
Item 33 and 34 also, Your Lordship.
and that I have already done in the morning.
No, they have completed the half, more than half of the sentence.
So it will be considered on the next date.
Lordship.
तो ये जो है ना आइटम, इसमें एडमिट एलसीआर आज हुआ है, वो सारा सुबह में लिखाए थे, उस सबको फिर नेक्स्ट डेट को फिर देखिए आफ्टर रिसीट ऑफ एलसीआर on IA numbers once. So then there are two options for me. I mean, being uniform and fair to all. First is to have counter affidavit in all the cases from the CBI confirming or denying this half custody period. That makes my job easier. And then we can take it up on the next Friday. Otherwise, if I take it up one by one, the difficulty is that during verification of the document, CBI may say something, CBI may not say something. So it will be an onerous exercise.
But CBI has perhaps, my lord, it has taken instruction in some cases. And
No, that instruction is only a 2-page instruction with no proof. I want that they should have some jail certificate also, na?
Which we have annexed, my lord.
So therefore, let them file a counter affidavit in all these cases.
It is better.
We'll keep it on 22nd and no other suspension matters. Thereafter, we'll keep another suspension matters on the next date. This will be
take
taken
up the cases in which the certificates and the report from the jail is already annexed with the suspension of sentence, Lordship.
So I will ask for a counter in all these cases also from CBI.
My lord, if my lord will see my case, in during trial 3 महीना और 1 साल 10 महीना का सर्टिफिकेट है, तो 2 साल 1 महीना ऐसे ही हो गया 4 साल का। इधर 2 महीना से हम ऑलरेडी हैं। I am 74-year-old. We have already annexed the documents and we have supplied copy much about 2 months ago to the CBI. Even my lord has given time last time on 11th of March 2022, saying that if you want to file any counter affidavit, file it before next date. No adjournment will be granted. They have given full time.
Have I said like that in that
No,
case?
Lordship, last time, Lordship, if you want to take instruction, you take the instruction and file counter affidavit in all the cases, and no time will be granted. My lord, see, these cases were fixed on 1st of April.
1st March.
It was taken off 1st of March.
11, sorry.
नहीं 1/4 को था, 1/4 को था। ऑनरेबल कोर्ट उस दिन नहीं होल्ड हुए थे, उसका नेक्स्ट डे आज आया 8/4 को। Even though they get 7 days more by the lordship's order. And how they can deny lordship the certified copy given by the learned court below in this case only?
Very well, then I will call case one by one and see.
Yes,
my lord.
That would be fair.
My lord.
Item 9 से call करिए।
Item 9, Criminal Appeal SJ 94 of 2022, Mr. Abhishek Kumar for the appellant.
lord, in this case, my lord, so far the appellant is concerned, my lord, he has completed half of the sentence, my lord. We have filed, my lord, so far as the documents are concerned. That's it. Kindly see, my lord. Section 1, my lord, the chart, my lord, which paragraph 7, I have prepared the chart, my lord, to show with respect to the period of custody, my lord. My lord, paragraph 7.
Just a minute. Your chart is at para 7.
That's it. Statement is there, my lord, in para 7. My lord, 98 to 99, my lord, 3 months, 16 days. Then, my lord, 2006 to 2008, 2 years, 3 months, my lord. And since, my lord, the date of conviction, my lord, 15 February 22, my lord, I have completed till 14 3 22, my lord, 27 days, my lord, that has. And after this also, my lord, about 20 days have already passed, my lord. If at all it is being considered, then it will come around 2 years, 8 months, my lord. The maximum sentence is 5 years, my lord.
Very well, very well. Where is your role discussed?
Yes, my lord. So far as the rule is concerned, my lord, paragraph 145, my lord, the internal page 338, my lord.
Para 145.
My lord.
Internal page?
338.
338. These are the 4 brothers, Tripurari Mohan Prasad, Sushil Kumar, etc.
No, my lord, the appellant, my lord, so far as the appellant is concerned, he was posted as assistant director planning, my lord.
Okay.
During the period, and so far as the materials which have been considered by the learned court below, my lord, there are 3-4 points, my lord, which I intend to submit with respect to the merit of the case, my lord.
Okay, 1 second. रुकिए.
It starts from 145, my lord, and the finding has been given in paragraph 151, my lord.
लिखिए. Yes, Mr. Navneet, in his case, your report is also half custody.
Yes, my lord, that is there. That is there, my lord.
My lord, only one thing.
Our report suggests 2 years, 6 months, 26 days. That is more. I had forwarded the report, my lord. This
maximum sentence is
5 years.
So 5 more than 30 months.
Yes, more than 30 months. It will be 30 months, 26 days, my lord.
Okay.
My lord, one thing, my lord, I want to submit before your lordship, my lord. So far as the fine amount is concerned, your lordship, 2 points which I intend to submit before your lordship, my lord. The appellant, my lord, he is 52 years old, my lord. And secondly, my lord, so far as the amount of fine is concerned, my lord, the total amount, my lord, 123, my lord, it is 50 lakhs, my lord, and 13.2, my lord, it is 1 crore, my lord. 1.5 crore, my lord, is the amount of fine, my lord. And so far as the status of the appellant is concerned, my lord, all the accounts and property has already been attached, my lord. And so far as the petitioner's pension is concerned, my lord, that has also been stopped since last 16 years, my lord. And therefore, my lord, a lenient view may be taken, my lord, for the purpose of fine, my lord. Because on the last occasion, my lord, in the previous petition, your lordship has considered similar order with respect to the cases, my lord, in 2019, my lord. This order was passed, my lord, that I will supply, my lord, criminal appeal number 812 of 2018. In that case, my lord, the fine was 1 crore, my lord, but your lordship, after taking into consideration the status of the appellant, my lord, has directed to deposit him rupees 3 lakh, my lord, by way of fine, my lord.
Very well. Okay. First, second paragraph रहता है common. Learned counsel for the appellant submits that the appellant was the regional director, animal husbandry department.
Assistant director planning.
Assistant director planning in the office of regional director ASD Ranchi. A106. The allegations, evidence, and finding against this appellant has been discussed at paragraph 145 to
152, my lord.
152 of the impugned judgment by the learned trial court. Stop. It is submitted that the learned trial court has erroneously held that prosecution has successfully established the charges against this appellant, who was holding a key post in the regional director office and was the key conspirator of the scam. Stop. He has also been held. It has also been held that the appellant was managing the distribution of money erroneously held from the fraudulent withdrawal in and managing the politicians, bureaucrats, and media persons at the same time. Stop. The appellant has also, in his defense, contended that there is a failure in the order of sanction order of prosecution by the Law Secretary, Government of Bihar, sanctioning prosecution against him at the relevant point of time. Stop. Apart from that, it was contended that the subject matter of the instant case was similar to that of RC case number 46A/96, in which he has already been prosecuted. Stop. Learned senior counsel for the appellant submits that the appellant has. How old is he?
82 years old.
82 years old. Appellant is 82 years old and has already completed more than half of the custody against the maximum sentence of 5 years awarded under the relevant provisions of IPC and PC Act. Stop. The chart showing details of custody in connection with the instant RC case number 47A/96-PAT is furnished under para 7 of the IA, which is as under. Stop. Certified copies of orders relating to his period of custody during 98-99, 2006 till 2008, and thereafter upon his conviction have been enclosed. In support, stop. It is submitted that this court has taken a consistent view in matters of suspension of sentence of the appellant. Appellant को भी half custody में पहले किए हैं ना release, and the other similar co-convicts. Stop. Therefore, appellant may also be enlarged on bail by suspending his sentence. Learned counsel for the CBI has opposed the prayer. Stop. He submits that the appellant, being an important official in the Regional Directorate of Animal Husbandry Department, Ranchi, was amongst the key conspirators in causing fraudulent withdrawal of payments of government money and managing its distribution amongst key accused persons. Stop. The prosecution evidence is full proof as against him. Stop. Our learned counsel for the CBI does not dispute that the appellant submits on instructions that the appellant has completed about 893 days up to 31st March 2000, including the period after his conviction up to 31st March 2022 days, 22, that is 2 years, 5 months and 13 days, which is more than half of, इसको फिर से लिखिए.
It will be 2 years, 6 months, 26 days.
Just a minute, wait a minute. कहाँ गया इनका?
It will be at serial number 12.
Serial number 10. अच्छा हाँ, 936 days, which includes 44 days after his conviction up to 31st March 2022. That is 2 years, 6 months and 26 days. Stop. I have considered the submission of learned counsel for the appellant and the CBI and taken into note the materials relied upon from the lower court records and also the period of custody undergone by the appellant in connection with the instant RC case, as is also not disputed by the CBI counsel. Having regard to the totality of facts and circumstances and that the appellant has remained in custody for more than half of the sentence awarded in connection with the instant case, I am inclined to enlarge him on bail by granting privilege of suspension of sentence. 25,000 true sureties of like amount. Total fine amount is 1 crore 50 lakhs.
Yes.
On deposit of a fine amount of rupees 15 lakhs.
But it may be reduced to 10 lakhs.
नहीं 15 रहने दीजिए नहीं तो कर सकते.
It will be very difficult for him, my lord. It will be very difficult for him. Otherwise, I would not have submitted, my lord.
Then you seek modification later on, so the difficulty.
Lord, sir.
At the present, we will not be able to distinguish who is in difficulty, who is not.
No, my lord, definitely that is the situation, my lord.
Yes.
Item Criminal Appeal 95 of 2022, Mr. Devasi Mandal.
May kindly pass over the matter for after few matters,
Yes.
Malaj, may kindly pass over the matter after 2-3 matters, Malaj.
Pass over.
Item 11, Criminal Appeal 100 of 2022, Mr. Kasi Pallab. May I please, your lordship?
इसमें भी 2 साल 5 महीना हो गया है ना?
My lord.
ठीक. Where is your paragraph in discussion?
Page 400, your lordship, para number 221. Internal page 400 of the judgment.
221. He was a supplier.
My lord, you are a supplier.
Dr. Vijayasri Prasad Sinha was a supplier.
He was a supplier, your lordship.
Oh, page 400. Admittance यार पहले हो चुका है ना?
My lord.
400.
Internal page 400, paragraph 221, accused number 56.
quickly first 3 paragraphs जो set है वो रखने दीजिए. Then counsel for the appellant submits that the appellant A56 was the proprietor of Messrs. Ekta Veterinary Works, Ranchi, against whom it was alleged that during the financial year 91, 92 and 93, 94, his firm supplied maize worth rupees 1 crore 53 lakhs and odd and received amount of rupees amount, out of which the payment of amount of rupees 17,99,175 was established as fraudulent due to supply by non-commercial vehicles. Stop. It is submitted that the learned trial court has rendered its finding as respect the appellant at paragraph 221 to 225 of the impugned judgment. Stop. It is further submitted that merely on circumstantial evidence, the charges against the appellant could not be established. Stop. He had received payments only after supply of the materials and medicines. Stop. However, the learned trial court, relying upon the prosecution evidence, oral as well as documentary, has held that he was in connivance with the SD officials and beneficiary of illegal withdrawals by raising false bills. How old is he?
74-year, my lord.
He submitted that the appellant is 74-year-old person and has been in custody in your IA.
Yes, Lord. IA number 18360.
इसका ये and has undergone custody for more than 2 years, 4 months against the maximum sentence of 4 years.
Yes, my lord, 4 years.
As per the chart furnished under paragraph 4 of the IA. The photocopy of the certified copy of the orders for the period of his custody in 1999, 2002-2003, and the information received from jail under RTI for the period 10th August 2006 to 18th June 2008.
पर मेरे अरे 2022 है डेट ऑफ कस्टडी सेंटेंस है 2018 लिखा है लास्ट में
नहीं सीरियल 3 का बोल रहा है
सीरियल 3 इज 10 अगस्त 2006 टू 18/6/2008
10/8/2006 से 18/6/2008 सही नहीं है
सही है हुजूर ये
हाँ तो उसी पीरियड का आपको आरटीआई मिला है
जी
hence thereafter since his conviction
जी
are enclosed in support to the IA. Stop. Therefore, appellant may be enlarged on bail as on similar consideration, other co-convicts have been granted bail in other order scam cases and also in the case of Dr. Krish Mohan Prasad in Criminal Appeal SJ 94 of 2022 in connection with the instant water scam case RC 47A/96. When the counsel for the CBI has opposed the prayer, he submits that the appellant the prosecution has been able to successfully establish the charges as against this appellant, both on oral and documentary evidence of having obtained fraudulent payments. Stop. He, however, submits on instructions that the appellant has completed about 893 days of custody, including the period after his conviction till 31st March 2022, that is 2 years, 5 months and 13 days. More than half of the custody. Stop. As such, I have उसके बाद वही same paragraph रहेगा. Fine amount will be same 15 lakhs.
Your Lordship, in my case it is 1 crore rupees, and my Lord may consider the other case.
10 lakhs, 10 lakhs.
May pray for a lesser amount earlier occasion for 1 crore. My Lord have given a fine amount of 30 lakhs, 3 lakhs rupees. And in case of the Dineshwar Sharma, my Lord, there was a fine amount of 50 lakhs, and my Lord gave a fine amount of 50, to deposit 50,000 only before the learned court.
At this stage, a yardstick is being followed in this case. If you ask for any modification, it will be difficult for me to adopt a uniform standard.
My Lord.
Yes, next.
Item 12, Criminal Appeal 102 of 2022. Mr. Saurav Sekhar.
Your my lord, the custody is less than 2 years, 50%.
Less than?
Less than. Our instruction is 1 year, 9 months. Sentence is for 4 years.
Usme, Saurabh, you
Yes,
are there?
yes, my lord. I am here, my lord. At paragraph 16, I have given a statement, my lord. But they may file counter affidavit. I'll controvert to it, my lord.
Very well. Item 12 में लिखिए, learned counsel for the appellant, Mr. Saurav Sekhar, has prayed for suspension of sentence through IA number so and so and pleaded that the period of custody undergone by the appellant has been indicated in the, at which para?
Para 16, my paragraph 16, my lord.
16 of the IA. You claim that it is half custody or you also say it is less?
My lord, I say, my lord, it's more. 4 years is maximum, my lord. I say I have undergone 3 years, 11 months.
Which is more than half of the custody. It is the sentence of 4 years. Stop. Our learned counsel time to ascertain the period of custody.
We have received the instruction, my lord. We will file a counter affidavit detailing amount.
Stop. He seeks and is allowed 2 weeks' time to file counter affidavit to the IA. List the case thereafter.
Item 13, Criminal Appeal 103 of 2022. Mr. Kripa Shankar Nanda for the appellant.
I am appearing on behalf of
इसमें Mr. Pallav, you have?
Yes, half sentence is completed, my lord. Umesh Dubey. It is 103 of 2022.
हाँ ठीक है. मिस्टर नंदा बताइए आपका कहाँ पर है डिस्कशन?
डिस्कशन है जो पेज नंबर 430, रनिंग पेज 432 और इंटरनल पेज 384.
इंटरनल पेज 384.
यस मैम.
एडमिट एलसीआर हो चुका है?
जी है.
लिखिए. First 3 paragraphs जो रहता है वो रखना. Learned counsel for the appellant submits that the appellant A40 was the proprietor of Messrs. Jai Bhandar and Suppliers Aurangabad, who it is alleged had made supplies of yellow maize worth rupees 1 crore 30 lakhs 36,636 during the financial year 1991-92 to 94-94 and received payments out of which rupees 49,932 was established as fraudulent supply. बस इतना ही.
He was proprietor of 2 farms. Next paragraph also one जनता veterinary. वहाँ 4 लाख.
अच्छा. He was also a proprietor of Messrs. Janta Veterinary,
yes,
which supplied medicine.
ये इसमें टाइपिंग मिस्टेक है. ये 4,51,000 रुपए आगे क्लियर किया हुआ है.
And had obtained fraudulent payment of rupees 4,41,785. Stop. The role of the appellant has been discussed at paragraph 197 to 199 of the impugned judgment. Stop. Learned trial court has erroneously held the appellant guilty of the charges and also indicated that it is not essential to examine each and every contingent bill slash delivery challan slash invoices. Stop. How old is he?
62 years, sir.
Appellant has been in custody for more than half of the sentence as per the
sentence is 4 years, उसमें more than 30 months he has.
as per the statements made at paragraph 10 of the instant IA during periods from 1999 to 2000, 11 months, 18 days, and then from 24th April 2006 to 8th January 2008, 20 months, 16 days, and since 15 January 2022 till date upon his conviction. Stop. Therefore, appellant may be enlarged on bail on similar consideration as has been accorded to other co-convicts on grounds of completion of half custody. Stop. Learned counsel for the CBI has opposed the prayer. He submits that the appellant has been, the prosecution has been able to successfully establish the charges both on oral and documentary evidence. Stop. However, learned ASJI, learned counsel for the CBI, Mr. Prashant Pallav, submits on instructions that the appellant has completed more than half of the custody, that is 960 days, during different periods, including from the date of his conviction up to 31st March 2022, that is 2 years, 7 months and 20 days, against the maximum sentence of 4 years. Stop. उसके बाद same order. Fine amount है 4 lakh only.
जी हजूर, दो.
तो 50,000 करिए. Next, item 14, also
Item 14, Criminal Appeal 104 of 2022, Mr. Kripa Sanchan.
इसमें मिस्टर प्रशांत आपको आ गया इंस्ट्रक्शन?
Yes, my lord. Half custody is completed now. 2 years, 8 months. Sentence is for 4 years.
Okay. Serial number 15. So fine is 1 crore.
Yes, my lord.
Where is the discussion about you, Mr.?
It has been discussed at page number, running page 423 and internal page 375.
375. Yes, लिखिए. First 3 paragraphs common. Learned counsel for the appellant submits that the appellant A34 was the proprietor of Messrs. Cimex Cryogenic, against whom the CBI alleged receipt of an amount of rupees 1 crore 74 lakh 61,345, out of which the amount of rupees 1 crore 39 lakh 69,076 was fraudulent payments. Stop. It is submitted that the role of the appellant has been discussed by the learned trial court at paragraphs 186 to 187. So the learned trial court has rendered an erroneous finding of guilt against appellant. Stop. It is further submitted that, how old is he?
He is old 70 years, my lord.
Okay, appellant is 70 years old and has completed more than half of the custody, that is
Para 10 I have.
which is indicated at para 10 of the instant IA between the periods 26 July 96 to 22nd November 96 for 3 months 26 days, then from 10th May 2006 till 26th August 2008 27 months 16 days, and since his conviction on 14th February 2022. Stop. Therefore, he may be enlarged on bail. Finland counsel for the CBI has opposed the prayer. He submits that the prosecution has been able to successfully establish the charges on both on oral and documentary evidence against this appellant who received fraudulent payments and fake supplies. Stop. Our learned counsel for the CBI states on instructions that the appellant has completed about 975 days during different periods and including from the date of his conviction till 31st March 2022, totaling 2 years, 8 days and 8 months and 5 days. फिर वो सेम जो फाइनल पैराग्राफ है इसमें 1 crore है तो फाइन अमाउंट 10 lakhs.
Fine, he is remaining more than 30 years and 30 months. Conviction का about already has remained in custody about more than 30 months. So considering that, considering the custody, so fine amount may be relaxed.
नहीं अभी सब पॉसिबल नहीं.
30 महीना का है जो आधा से 7 महीना ज्यादा है उसको
Is it possible to take up for this item 10 if it's possible only?
Yes, Mr. Sibyl, item 10.
Yes. Item 10, criminal offence 95 of 2020.
Given a full chart, if your lordship looks at the, kindly see page 2, of the supplementary affidavit, page 2, your lordship will find that 47A, I surrendered on 26/11/2001, which I have set out in the chart, and released on 19/12/2001. And that's set out further at page 16 that your lordships will find.
Mr. Pallab, what is the position in this case?
My lord, we are this supplementary we have received on 29th of March, my lord. We are yet to receive instruction.
No, I may correct, my lord. The supplementary was filed on 28th, and before that, before filing it, we have served a copy to them on 28th itself.
The supplementary affidavit contains the chart.
And we have attached all the certified copies of the orders. In fact, we have served about 11 months more than the half sentence, and we've given all the certified copies of the orders.
Why could you not file your reply despite time being granted on
11th of March.
11th March 2022 itself?
Yes.
The computation exercise, my lord, because under 427, now the CBI officers are computing this. They have shot for another 2 weeks time, my lord. Because
what is 427 got to do with it?
No, not in this matter. His custody in other matters, my lord, whether that has been taken for this purpose. These are the things.
Mr. Pallav, you are picking up an argument which has already been dealt with by this court in case of perhaps this appellant and others also. And that remains intact. The order has not been interfered. Na? You can be taking this stand again and again. That's another matter. Nobody can prevent any of the parties from taking their stand and repeating it.
A week's time, my lord, our affidavits will be ready by Monday, Tuesday, my lord. We will be filing it. A week's time may be given, my lord, in this matter. We need to verify the custody, my lord.
Mr. Sibbal, as you know, your case is being opposed.
Well, that I knew before I started, that I knew before I started it, it will be opposed. Except that we have given the official documents of certified copies, even jail custody, certificates have been given. And they are aware of it. It's not as if they need weeks to find out. They were aware of this on 28th March, we had handed over. And now, by this time, they should have verified
That apart, the court had also granted time on 11th March to...
That's right, on 11th of March, Why should they be given time like this, He's 75 years old, He's inside, and this is not fair.
Very well, we'll take it up on the next 22nd. Meanwhile, let them file the counter, whatever they have.
All right. second again.
Learned Senior Counsel Mr. Kapil Sibal
That's okay.
submits that in support of the period of custody, submits that the appellant is that the prayer for suspension of sentence of this appellant made through IA number so and so may be considered, since the appellant has also completed much more than half of the custody.
That's right. That's right.
A supplementary affidavit has been filed, copy whereof is served on Learned Counsel for the CBI also on 28th
March. Yes, 28th March.
and 22, giving the breakup of the period of custody. Stop. Our learned Mr. Prashant Pallav, Learned Counsel for the CBI, submits that statement of facts have been received and counter affidavit on the IA and the supplementary affidavit would be filed within 1 week. Stop. Time was granted earlier to the CBI Council on 11th March 2022 to seek instruction on this IA and if necessary file reply. However, the same has not been filed. By way of one more indulgence, 1 week time is allowed to file reply to the IA and the supplementary affidavit, and also on the period of custody undergone by the appellant in connection with the instant RC case. Stop. The matter be listed on 22nd April 2022.
Did you guys? I hope it's virtual as on that day.
Fridays are always virtual.
Thank you.
Till now, Fridays are virtual.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very well.
Item 50, Criminal Appeal 108 of 2022, Mr. Kripa Sankarananda for the appellant.